The body as finite. What makes the body limited? Presented to you by the Group 6.
Finite and limited. These words are emphasized in this topic pertaining to the human body. Why? Because in every action that we do, there are limitations. And our body has its own maximum point. The man's bodily existence is an existence bounded in twofold dimensions. The man as a spatial being and the man as a temporal being. First is the man as a spatial being. A man's body cannot occur in two places at the same time. For example, you cannot be inside your room sleeping while you are at the market buying foods at the same time because the body cannot be divided and can only exist in one place at a time. Therefore, you need to decide which place you are going first. Kung kaya't gaya na lamang ng sa halimbawa kanina, kailangan mong mamili kung matutulog ka muna bago bumili ng pagkain sa palengke o bibili ka muna ng pagkain sa palengke bago ka matutulog sa iyong kwarto.
Second, man as a temporal being. We human beings are limited by time, so we must seize every moment of our lives. Every hour, minute, and second that we have and take are limited and are always counted. Halimbawa na to, nakasakay tayo sa taxi. The more na mas mahaba ang patutunguhan natin, the more na mas hahaba ang metro natin. So this applies with the hours and years of our existence. It all includes the tasks, deeds, practices, and duties that we do, and every single thing of which is judged by time, whether it became successful or a failure, whether it is finished or still in progress, because nothing is permanent, and everything changes along the process, especially to us men. Another example for us men being finite and temporary is when, biologically speaking, we human beings started as a tiny creature until we physically grow. We change in height and size. We change in the way we grow older, and our behavior and personality also changes. And it is based on the experiences that we had during our existence of time. Man is bound into space and time. The reason why our body is finite and we are bound to that. As human beings are referred by philosopher Martin Heidegger to as Dyson, which means human being. And our existence here in this world is temporary. Because basically the word being exists only once, which means that our living is a one-way process. Therefore, if our time and existence in this world is moving and limited, then we shouldn't waste it because we never know what will happen. Many unexpected things might occur, or worst case, we can die anytime.
However, the problem with the nature of human beings is procrastination. We always delay things that are necessary because we always think that there is still time until we suffer the last minute or even regret our decisions. One big example is that we students tend to procrastinate a lot in terms of school activities without considering the unexpected things that could happen along the way. We like to submit our assignments on the actual deadline, but what if we lose our internet? What if there will be a sudden blackout? Then we'll never get the chance to submit our work. The things that happens to us human beings are all because of our choices and poor decision making. If we choose to be in the right place or if we choose to make the most of our time. That is why we should always grab every opportunity that comes our way instead of procrastinating and regretting it at the end.
Time is not only chronological, but time is also subjective. We have our own interpretation of time. Time is not just about its literal meaning. If you come to think of it, everyone has their own representation of time. To some, time is simply a clock, which tells seconds, minutes, and hours that pass. To some, time refers to the number of days or years that have passed. And for some, time can be referred to as being late or being in the right time. But there are a lot more interpretation of time. But for me, time is the duration of a person's life. And our life also passes as time passes by. We will never know until when we will last. Like what Epicurus said, an ancient Greek philosopher, death, therefore the most dreadful of evils, is nothing to us. Since while we exist, death is not present. And whenever death is present, we do not exist. It is nothing either to the living or the dead, since it does not exist for the living, and the dead no longer are. Hindi dapat tayo matakot sa oras o sa kamatayan. Hanggat tayo ay nabubuhay, ang kamatayan ay hindi pa dumarating. Ngunit, sa oras na dumating na tayo sa dulo ng ating buhay, ang kamatayan ay wala na para sa atin. Time is precious and running until the death. It is not yet after us. We all have the chances in life.
Ecclesiastes states that there is always a time for everything. Time measures events which are irretrievable once they pass, and time also counts and judges our deeds during our existence, such as achievements, failures, challenges, and the things that we treasure in this lifetime. Let me explain something. There's what we call a perfect timing for everything, and we must be patient because it comes in a process. Ecclesiastes is a part of the Bible's wisdom literature from the Old Testament, and it was stated there that to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven, everything. Ibig sabihin ay may nakalaan ang Diyos para sa atin simula pa lang nang mamulat tayo sa mundong ito, at makakamtan lang natin ito sa wastong oras at panahon na nakalaan para sa atin. That is why we shouldn't rush things because it will just lead us to misfortune and regrets in life. Instead, we should prepare ourselves for our fate. Kung makikita niyo ang ipinaparating ng Ecclesiastes, nakasaad dito na tayong lahat ay may kanya-kanyang oras para sa bawat bagay sa ating buhay. May mga pagkakataong tayo ay nakakaranas ng kasiyahan at may panahon din na tayo ay nakakaranas ng kalungkutan. Ibig sabihin lamang nito ay may parte sa ating buhay kung saan tayo ay makakaranas ng matinding kalungkutan. Ngunit hindi ibig sabihin nito na sa lahat ng oras ay malungkot tayo. We should also be able to spend and consume our time wisely. Time is gold, and we should treat it as one.
As mentioned earlier, man is bounded to space and time. That's why these two are crucial to a person's life. Space is mixed or included in time. It is necessary to balance our time with ourselves and what we do. As Immanuel Kant describes, a German philosopher, time is a prior notion that together with other a prior notions such as space. It allows you to comprehend with sense experience. So time plays a significant role in our life. Time helps us to make a good habit of structuring and organizing our daily activities. If you understand the value of time better, you can gain experience and develop skills over time. Time is the most valuable resource because you cannot take it back. I'll give you an example. I want to be a successful engineer and basketball player. People said that I should leave basketball because it will just become a hindrance for me being an engineer, but I wanted to pursue both. So I work hard. I work hard to manage my time wisely because I don't want to be in the point of life someday that I will regret not to doing something I love. This signifies that if we want something, let's try our very best to pursue it because we can never bring back the time. So let's make the most out of it. It will also serve as a training for us to help us improve our time management and efficiency to become a successful in life.
Thank you for listening. Again, we are the Group 6 and we hope that you guys learned something from our group.